All right, it's always important to spend some time to maintain your really nice axes. All right, and so I took my American felling axe out today, and I took my Holtzbrook Kisa out today. Used them a little bit, right? And so they've seen some use. Nothing spectacular there. So, what do you do after you use the axe? How do you maintain it and keep that edge nice and sharp? And so, typically, 9 out of 10 times, if you haven't done anything crazy, you didn't hit a rock, you just need a touch-up, all right? A good axe, quality steel, and a great edge, generally, after use, you just need a touch-up, and it's actually really easy. So what I do is, first thing I do is you get some kind of a nice cleaner, a mild cleaner, citrus cleaner. I got some kind of crazy fragrance-free, dye-free thing that my wife buys. This is my life, guys, all right? I have no problem with it. It works. It's a cleaner. All right. So I got a wet rag, and you clean the tree scum off the heads, and you try to get all that sap or whatever you got off the head you have. Just using, a mild cleaner and water is usually good enough. Okay. So I wipe them down really good. I get a shop towel here, dry it off, right? Water and metal, not the best, but dry it quickly. It's not going to be a problem. So dry these off, and always clean it before checking out whether there was some damage, okay? That's the thing. So what I do is I'll take it, and a great easy test is just run your thumbnail along the edge. And if it's nice and smooth, you don't feel, any catches, you didn't damage it much, right? You just wore it down a little bit. So in this case, they're in great shape. So there's no damage to the bit. So what you need is a strop. That's all you need for a touch-up. I found this to be extremely useful and effective. So a strop is a piece of leather. They can be suede. They can be rough suede, they can be smooth suede, but what they usually come as is this is a green abrasive called Jeweler's Rouge, okay? And it's a really fine abrasive. It's usually the last step in an excellent edge treatment, right? And so this, the leather gives way to the metal in just the right amount. It's just right to kind of smooth off that edge, take burrs off when you're sharpening an axe, and they're great for touch-ups. Like I said, if you have a quality axe, usually all you need is a strop. So I got several here, you buy them, you can make them. One of my absolute favorites is the Knives Plus knife strop. It's just right here, available on Amazon. They are outstanding. All right, they do a great job in impregnating this leather surface with Jeweler's Rouge, and boy, they can last forever. So for the value, that's a great tool that I highly recommend. So all you need to do with a strop is just you take it, and you just basically, like you were sharpening it, you just rub that Jeweler's Rouge, that leather, away from the blade. And what that's doing at a very fine level, it's smoothing out any rough spots or any waves or any rolls or burrs that you have on that edge. So if you did the thumb test and you didn't feel any nicks, the damage, if any, to the surface of the metal is in the form of some kind of a roll, right? Or just a little microscopic burr in there. And that's exactly what strops are meant to do. I strop as if I was sharpening the edge, okay? I've seen some people, go to a very strong angle, or, they have one on their bench and they do it like that. I don't think that's the right way to go. I think you want to go with the edge angle you've established. And so you just do this, light pressure, go to one side, whoops, go the other. All right, and if you cleaned all the sap and the gunk off, right, you've got good metal. And remove the oils. There you go. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, often you can just feel it. It really just brings that edge right back up to the crisp sharpness you want. So that's a touch-up, and usually that's really all you need. Now, if there's some damage there, or you've done this, you know, several times, you know, maybe you've been touching up the axe for, I don't know, 10 times. Let's just say 10. That seems about right. You might want to resharpen the axe. Okay, so do a video about, you know, what if you get a burr, or you want to actually resharpen that axe. That'll be the next video. So there you go. Now, what if the sap is really bad? Like it's really gunky and it's built up a lot, okay? I use denatured alcohol. You could use mineral oil, you could use turpentine. I use denatured alcohol because it will evaporate quickly. It tends to really break down sap, particularly the kind we have in our area where I live, you know, a lot of pine, and it is really sappy wood, and it can drip on your car, and it's bad. And so it's, I like the alcohol because one, it's, you know, it's degreasing the head as well. So that if you find you have damage on your edge, okay, and you're gonna sharpen it, you don't want oil on there. You don't want WD-40. You're gonna have to clean that off. If you know anything about file sharpening or sharpening like competition axes, those guys are very careful about degreasing the surface and keeping it degreased, because the oil is preventing the sharpening action. It's preventing you from, you know, grinding out that metal. It really is. So the alcohol will evaporate quickly, and 9 times out of 10 is strong enough to get. So I just got clean metal now. So, you know, so if I have to resharpen this, it's ready to go. And there was no damage done at all on the Kesa. So a good day of hard axing. All right, on to the next step.